like I switch sauce. So you want to learn how to dirty mac? Well, you came to the right place. I have 5 techniques here on this paper that'll teach you how to dirty mac, and you can start doing them today. I do not use these techniques in my real life. I'm here to just relay the techniques to you so you can use them out there. And make sure you use them right. With great power comes great responsibility. How we're gonna do this is, first we need to define the term dirty macking. So, dirty mac is someone who messes up your chances with a girl by portraying you as untrustworthy, dishonest, a womanizer, or otherwise undesirable. That's the word right there. Someone who portrays you as undesirable in front of the ladies. I don't know why you want this information, but I'm gonna allow you to use it and give you the facts. So let's get to it. For this first one, I call it the WOJ. Right, what does that stand for? Bear with me. Let me set the scene right quick. So you're on a 2-man. You have your girl, your homeboy has his girl. But for some reason, right now he's Kevin Hart, he's Cat Williams, he's Bernie Mac, flipping Joe Coy, he's Dave Chappelle, out of nowhere. They're all laughing at his jokes, telling him he's funny. He's saying everything on time, punchlines, perfect, like he wrote it. Well, that's greedy. That's selfish. Why is he making your girl laugh? He should focus on his girl, right? It's a 2-man, not a 3-man, not a 1 point. You know what I mean? Once you see this, you scope out the scene and you see him doing this and being greedy and being selfish and being evil. You want to go ahead and put that boy in the walls of Jericho. Now I hear you saying, okay, that's a finisher move. That's a wrestling finisher move. Why would I do that to my homeboy in front of the lady? Why wouldn't you? He's being greedy. Now, as you're doing this, as you have his legs right here and you're stretching his core and his quads, you want to be laughing and playing around, acting like this is just a game, or else it'll look like you're doing too much. You want to look at the lady's reaction, make sure they're not like scared or anything. You want to keep it. You don't want this to last too long. But once you take him out, he's gonna be ready to squabble. He's gonna come like this, maybe even swing. If he has a weapon, he might use it. What you have to do is start convincing him that this is just play. This is what you do all the time. You have to convince him that he's acting weird in front of the ladies and not you. If you execute that perfectly, there's no way you'll fail. There is one way you'll fail actually, and that's if you're ugly. I'm just the messenger, you know. So on the tier list, I'll be giving the WOJ a B tier. Just because it does have a lot of risks. You can look extra, you can look weird. B tier it is. For this next technique on the list, it's very simple. What you want to do is just be a good friend. Like what? Be a good friend. That's not dirty macking, that's being a good friend. It's like, wait, I'm a good friend. I would give my friends the clothes off my back if they needed it. But if you were to get too many compliments on my pieces of clothing, being greedy, I would definitely want to point out the fact that they're my pieces of clothes. That's where this comes in. So let's set the scene. You give your homeboy a shirt, right? Or he's at the crib, he has some pants. He's like, hey, do you have a shirt that matches these? You say, yeah, I got the right one for you. You give it to him out the kindness of your heart. Now when you do this, I want you to keep in mind, he has 2 strikes. If he gets 2 compliments on it in front of you, you have to jump into action and execute this. Oh, that's a nice shirt. What you need to do is somehow point out that it is your shirt so they know that he got that nice shirt from you. Now how do you do that? You don't just blurt it out and say just randomly. That's not clean enough, that's not smooth enough. What you need to do is use the compliment sandwich technique, which is where you give a compliment, you say what you need to say, and then you give another compliment at the end just to cover it up so they get the idea of what's going on, but they don't get too angry at it and get in their emotions. Now how does this look like? So let's say he gets his second compliment. Oh hey, I like that shirt. That shirt looks really, really good on you. He says, oh thank you. You want to walk up to him and be like, so the compliment, yeah, that shirt does look really good on you, broski. Then the next step is the truth. Just make sure you wash it when you give it back to me. Unlike last time. You want to laugh. Then you want to be like, but it does look good on you. Compliment, truth, compliment. So it's gonna sound something like this, and all the execution is gonna sound something like this. So he gets the compliment, you walk up. She's right, that shirt does look good on you, broski. But you know, just make sure you wash it before you give it to me next time, unlike last time. But it does look hard though, I can't lie. He's gonna be too confused to get mad because you did compliment him. It is your shirt, so you can't say too much. This is very evil. I can't lie. He should cut you off for this. So on the tier list, I'm definitely giving this one an S tier. And that's because there isn't too much risk with it to make them look at him like, damn, you be borrowing shirts, y'all be sharing shirts. Damn, I might have to move it down because it makes it seem like y'all just sharing clothes out here. It's a little crazy. I'll switch it to A tier. I think A tier is decent because it does have an effect on both of you, but it definitely works. So for the third technique, I call it the over helper. Let's set the scene right quick. So your homeboy sees a lady that he wants, but he's too scared to go up to her. And low-key, you want her, but you're not too scared to go up to her. But since you're a good homeboy and a good friend, you'll tell him like, it's all good, I'll go tell her that you want her number. I'll get her number for you or something like that. When you go over there, you want to let her know that he was too scared to come up. This is evil. So when you go up there, you say, hey, my friend over there, he thought you looked good. He wanted to ask for your number, but he was too shy and too nervous to come up to you. So he just wanted me to come ask him. Damn. Now to stick the landing on this, when you go back, you do have to tell him that she asked and you had nothing to say. You have to be like, man, she asked me. I have to tell her that you were just a little shy nervous. That's it. But it is gonna make him look like a buster and a dickhead. So you have to be very smooth when you execute this. But it definitely works. So on the tier list, I'm giving this an S tier. I've seen it work. I've seen it work perfectly. I've seen people execute it perfectly. It works like a 90% success rate right there. Number 4, we got taking the moral high ground. This one is a little crazy. This one's very evil. I've seen it happen. It's very evil. So what's gonna happen is, let's set the scene. You're with a friend that he's a comedian too. He's a comedian as well. He likes to crack his little jokes. Sometimes he gets edgier and edgier with the jokes. What you need to do, maybe as the ladies are laughing at the jokes, you're laughing too much, he's being greedy. What you need to do is you need to listen for a joke that you can latch onto. You switch sides. You start taking the moral high ground on that joke when it's too edgy. So I'll give you an example. You're with your homeboy. Oh, he's making jokes. Let's say he makes a little like, oh, man, y'all need to be in the kitchen. Something like that about ladies. Then you just start remembering that you have a mom. You have an auntie. You have a grandma. And you might have sisters. And like a niece coming. And you probably might get a daughter later. You have to switch sides and let him know that you do not like that joke. So he makes that joke. You say, can't lie, broski, I don't fuck with that. I have a mom, I have an auntie, I have sisters. You're probably gonna get a daughter. I don't like them being talked about like that. If you execute this right, you'll definitely kill the vibe of the whole room. But it'll have people looking at things differently. And everyone will look bad. That's on the tier list. This is going in B tier because it completely kills the vibe. You're definitely a party pooper if you do this. But it'll definitely do the job in getting the attention off homeboy. Now for the final, and in my opinion, most evil one. Just tell the truth. I'm talking about evil, telling the truth. How's that evil? What? You're just telling the truth. It goes something like this. Let's make this a story time, right? Let's set the scene. So my homeboy was at a little function where the ladies were just a little older than him. So obviously he's gonna like boost his age a little bit. He was 21, but he was telling them like he was like 23, 24. They were believing him because they were like 26. They were older. Yeah, met the other guy. The other guy started walking around with him. The other guy knew his age. It came to these two ladies who asked him, hey, while they were talking, they stopped him. They asked him, hey, how old are you? He goes, oh yeah, I'm 23. Now dude is gonna go, what? No, you're not. You're 21. Why are you lying? I could do nothing but just look in awe at what he just did, and it was amazing execution. Like he was acting like, and he was at a church function. It's like, why are you lying at a church function, you know? It just sounded like he was just being so good, told the truth completely, acted like he didn't know. So my homeboy just had to just hug it and leave. if you execute this one, expect like maybe a punch or two, like just, you know, put up a guard or something right after you do it, and you should be good. On the tier list, I'm gonna put this in S tier because it's very easy to feign ignorance, like just act like you didn't know what was going on. You're just telling the truth, being truthful. With that being said, I want you guys to expect consequences when you do these. No one's gonna take a lot of these laying down. You're gonna get into a lot of fights. You might get like someone might shoot you. So be careful when you're using these. With great power comes great responsibility. If y'all want 5 more, or if you want more examples, let me know down in the comments and I'll get back with you. Take it easy.